Hello and welcome to Missing Miles podcast. I am Gary Howard. Thank you for joining me. We are in Missouri today. Right now, I am in Columbia, Missouri, but the case that I'm going to talk about happened in St. Charles, Missouri, which where I was at earlier visiting the final resting place of Kimberly Vaughn and her family, Abigail, Cassandra, and Blake, who was murdered by their father and husband, Christopher Vaughn. If you want to know more about that, go to my Truck Stop Murder podcast on my YouTube or just Google it and you will find it. But today, that she was buried in St. Charles, Missouri. But the case we're talking about today is Fasika Tadele. Tadele, I think it's Tadele. I looked it up and Tadele is what I found. Fasika was driving from discussion. He was missing in St. Charles, Missouri. His Fasika was driving from his home in Orlando, Florida, to Wichita, Kansas, while in St. Louis area. He was involved in a motor vehicle accident on 4/16/2022. A tow truck driver dropped Fasika off at a gas station in St. Charles, approximately 1.2 miles from where the accident occurred. That is the last time Fasika is seen or heard from again. Fasika was returning home due to some family issues, so there might have been some stress. Cameras at the gas station were not operable at the time. Missouri Highway Patrol stated that Fasika was calm after the accident and did not appear in emotional distress. The tow truck driver also stated he was calm. A missing report was filed prior to the family filing one. The family states they do not know who filed the previous report, so somebody filed it before the family did. St. Louis isn't a direct route to Fasika's home. It stated he may have wanted to see some museums. Cardinal Towing did verify with on camera that Fasika was picked up. Inside the damaged car, Fasika left his clothes and laptop behind. His phone hasn't been working since the accident, so they can't go off of that. Fasika's family struggles with English, so all efforts are being to help the family and spread the word. So it seems like they should try to get more interpreters for different language because we are a melting pot of the world. So everybody, all languages should be, taken care of. So the timeline of this event that happened Saturday, April 16, 2020. Fasika was dropped off at Gas. Saturday 16th, approximately 7:38, hit and run accident on highway. So let me go back. I guess that's about all the timeline is. Now, all this is on the Missing. It's an app. I'll post a link on Solve Case. It's an app that you can find information missing people. Yeah, points to interest you. He was last seen at the UGAS, where Fasika was dropped off at the Cardinal by Cardinal Towing. Cardinal Towing was the last people who seen him. He started a trip from Orlando to Wichita, Kansas, where his family was at. I think he was returning home, as I stated. Here's a news clip if you want more. But you could, if you have any information, you could go to Solve the Case. It's not an app, it's a website you could go to, solvethecase.org, and you can leave tips on any case, not just this case. You can leave the tips on any case that you want to. You might know some in your area or anything. But on this case, there's been 3 replies by Detective Aaron. Where did the information about the original missing person come from? It was a law enforcement agency besides the Missouri Highway Patrol. It seems like piecing that information together could be really productive. He also states, has anyone obtained copies of the accident report? I saw that KAKE showed part of it when they aired the news story on it. It shows the GPS coordinates of the accident. I added to the points of interest on the case. One thing I've seen online, comments about the gas station being far from the tow yard and that being suspicious. The gas station is actually 1.2 miles away from the accident site, and the closest station, it seems logical when you look at the map. I added a task for obtaining the accident report with a link to the Missouri Highway Patrol Open Records request page if anyone able to assist. And his last comment on this page, I've read some concerns about flyers being put out at the gas station, a suspicious male, and seemed like someone was doing it before Fasika was reported missing. So that's odd. I don't believe that to be the case. The flyer's question is pictured below, and if from a missing person Facebook group, it's from a why can't I talk? It's from a missing person Facebook group in Missouri that posted August 2022, several months after he went missing. I'll post this picture on my social media pages on Truck.Murder and Missing Miles if you want to look at that. But I'm going to leave this off with a news clipping. Well, actually, the news broadcast of it.
A Wichita family is desperate for answers 4 months after their son disappeared. Good evening, I'm Deb Ferris.
And I'm David Scott. He just vanished in April while on the way back home from Florida. Tonight, as Cake's Pilar Pedraza shows us, the search is even harder because it covers 3 states and there's a language barrier.
The family of Fasika Tadele hopes sharing the pain of their search here will help spark a memory in someone finding that one clue to lead them to their son and nephew missing for 4 months now.
I can't tell you enough for Fasika. I'm depressed right now.
Fasika Kinfe can barely hold back the tears as he tries to describe his missing boy. It's a feeling the entire family has struggled with for the last 4 months.
His mom, his dad, every single day is crying non-stop. We don't know where it is. We don't get any answer from anyone. We try, we don't have anything.
All they know is 22-year-old Fasika Tadele was on his way from Orlando, Florida to Wichita to visit family here when GPS showed his car suddenly stopped moving just west of St. Louis.
Maybe take a break. The same thing the next day, the same spot.
Finally, they were able to learn through the insurance company someone had sideswiped Fasika on the highway in a hit-and-run accident. A tow truck driver took the car to a lot and dropped Fasika off at this gas station nearby. That was on April 16th. No one's heard anything from him or about him since.
When they did in fact talk to someone at the accident site in Missouri, they were able to get some information, but that was only that the accident did in fact take place.
A family in Florida and Wichita have spent months now searching for Fasika, getting help from local community leaders like Larry Burks with the Wichita NAACP.
When the family came here, we went down to Patrol Station North and we attempted to file a missing persons report, but one was already in the system and that was okay.
But dealing with 3 different law enforcement agencies across state lines has complicated the search for witnesses who might help them figure out where Fasika is now.
There's just a void of information, and that makes it altogether more difficult.
Please, we need, just please helping us, give us call.
The family says Fasika left his clothes and laptop behind in that damaged car. His phone apparently isn't working, and as far as they know, he hasn't tried to call them on anyone else's phone either, which they say is not normal for a young man they describe as quiet and helpful to the entire family. If you think you've seen Fasika, they ask you to call either the Missouri Highway Patrol or Wichita Police Department. You can find contact information with this story at Cake.com. Pilar Pedraza, Cake News, on your side.